Yes. So we were discussing about the BPSK modulation. What do you mean by BPSK modulation? You came to know for 0 and 1, whenever there is a change in the message, the phase of the carrier would get changed. What is the phase change observed over here is it is a 180-degree phase shift would be occurred whenever you want to transmit. So how does it is being represented? The PSK is being represented. It is
నాకు పాట కూతే
so please unmute yourself. Okay, sometimes it may get disturbed. Okay, so the BPSK here, the symbol 1 is being represented by this signal, and symbol 2, symbol 1 andre symbol 1 it is being written. This could be also treated as message 1, and 0, what does that mean? It is the message 2. Symbol 1 and symbol 0 are the two messages which we need to be transmitted. So symbol 1 is represented by S1 of t, and symbol 2 is represented by S2 of t. What is the difference between S1 and S2 is 180 degrees. And yesterday you have seen what are the basis functions, how to represent the signals in terms of basis functions, and also the vector representations and the signal space diagram. So in the exam, they may ask you the following questions related to the BPSK. The first question is obtain the geometrical representation of BPSK. If they ask that much, what you are supposed to write is you should write for 1 how signal is being written, for 0 how the signal has been written, what is the basis function, how the signal S1 of t and S2 of t are expressed in terms of basis functions, what are the coefficients of basis functions, and finally you are supposed to represent that in the vector form. Here, what is the vector representation of S1 of t? It is S1. What is the vector representation of S2 of t? It is S2. What are the values? These are the values and are being plotted as shown in the figure. Now, then this till here you are supposed to write. If they ask you to obtain geometrical representation of BPSK signals. So now we will come to the today's session, that is probability of error. For understanding the probability of error, you should know the following. What do you mean by message point 1? It refers to symbol 1 or S1 of t or vector S1. What do you mean by message point 2? It is symbol 0 or S2 of t. In the terms of vector, it is referred to as S2. So for easy remembrance, minus root EB refers to signal 0 or symbol 0, and plus root EB refers to symbol 1. Please remember that. And what is the advantage of this graph is, so the message points are shown. Whenever you receive any signal, the signal would be converted into point and it would be plotted in this same graph or in this same coordinate system. So whenever the received signal falls here, what will you infer? So the inference is message point 1 would be transmitted. If the received signal happens to fall in this region Z2, what is the inference? The inference is message point 2 or 0, symbol 0 might be transmitted, or S2 of t might be transmitted, or vector S2 might be transmitted. So this thing you should know it carefully. So while further discussion also, I am going to show this diagram. Okay, so this diagram would be present in the next 2 slides also, so that you may not forget. Okay, so let me come to the concept of error probability. So anyhow, don't worry about these equations. This could be easily understood. So first you try to recall this diagram, the same thing what you have just understood previously, region Z1, region Z2. So in other words, this entire region Z1 belongs to symbol 1. What does region Z2 means? Region Z2 belongs to symbol 0. I repeat it again. Region S1 belongs to symbol 1. Region Z2 belongs to symbol 0. Please don't forget it. Okay. Why I am saying is, just let me read the case 1. So what is the case? What does the case 1 represents? Let symbol 0 ನೋಡಿ, symbol 0 ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ತರ ಬರಿಬಹುದು. Symbol 0 could be represented as M2, the message 2. M2 refers to message 2, and it could also be represented as S2 of T. Let us assume that symbol 0 might be transmitted. Don't read the further words or further sentence. Just let us stop here. Not the session, the discussion. So the symbol 0 or M2 or S2 of T be transmitted. You understood this. So when it get transmitted, okay, it will pass through the channel and you will get the signal at the receiver end. So that particular signal, let us name it as capital X or small x, depending upon the requirement. We will name it as X. So this particular X can be plotted in this graph only. Currently, I have not shown that particular received signal point. Okay. So let us assume that the received signal point falls here. Then what is the inference? Symbol 1 might be transmitted. If the received signal x1, x, if it falls in the region Z2, then anyone can say symbol 0 is being transmitted. Now let us observe. So you know what has been transmitted. This is a testing case. Remember, we are testing the system, how efficient the system is. So while testing, we know what is the input and what would be the input, or what is the transmitted message. So we know that symbol 0 would be transmitted. So what the receiver should essentially give as the result, it should also say that symbol 0 has been transmitted. Even the receiver should tell. But now read the case. Due to the effect of the noise is such that you got the received signal, you converted the received signal to a vector. How would you convert received signal to a vector? This is the equation. So you have converted the received signal to a vector and you have plotted. But what happened? The received signal point, don't worry about this word, this letter, worry about the concept. The received signal point falls inside the region Z1. Why this has happened? Due to the noise. So what happened? Remember, you have transmitted symbol 0. You got the received signal or the received signal point. The received signal point accidentally falls in the region Z1. So why this has happened? Because of the noise. Now what the receiver is telling, receiver is observed, okay, the point fell in the region Z1. Therefore, which message has been transmitted? Message 1 might be transmitted. Okay, this is the result given by the receiver. Okay, so this decision is erroneous. So I explain the erroneous decision again. Let us assume that 0 has been transmitted. Don't forget what has been transmitted. 0 has been transmitted. Okay, transmitted. You will receive the signal. The signal is called x of t. You will convert the x of t to a vector and you are going to plot the received signal on the graph. Accidentally or because of the effect of the noise, the signal got or fell or it falls in the region Z1. So what does the receiver will do? Receiver will blindly say, receiver is not intelligent. Receiver will blindly say that, okay, it falls in the region Z1. Therefore, message 1 or symbol 1 has been transmitted. So there is an error. So this is how an erroneous decision may happen. Now, what are we interested or intended to? We are intended to find out this probability of error. So you know what is the error happened? What is the case? The reverse case also may happen. Okay, that we will see it later. So now you are transmitting 0. Receiver is saying no, it is the transmitted signal is 1. That probability you are supposed to find out, error probability. So now we will go one by one equation. We will go through the analysis equation by equation. So here, this is the received signal point, or you can treat it as a vector. How many elements this vector is having? Only one element. Why you are having one element? Because the basis function is 1. Number of basis functions equal to number of axes equal to number of elements in the vector. Here there is only one basis function, therefore you are supposed to have only one element. Okay, then purposefully I have written the range of Z1. Z1, what is the range? The Z1 range, it is a positive range and Z2 is a negative range. So Z1 ಹೇಗೆ define ಆಗುತ್ತೆ? If at all received signal falls in the region Z1, what is the range ಅಂತ ಬರೆದಿದ್ದೀನಿ. So what is the range of Z1 when the received, what is the range of Z1? Assuming that received signal falls in the region Z1, let us assume. So therefore, X1, when it falls, it is in the positive region. So that has been written in mathematically as 0 to infinity. 0 to infinity is a positive range. So what does this mean? This indicates the region Z1, or X1 has fallen in the region Z1. Okay, this is the meaning of this statement. I repeat, what is this? Z1 means this is the region which starts from 0 and ends up to infinity. So that is what. Okay, what does this means? This means the region Z1. So mathematically it has been written, if the received signal falls over here in the region Z1, what it would values take? It can take only the positive values. So therefore, X1 is between 0 to infinity. Received signal has fallen in the region Z1. So what values it could take? It could take only the positive values. So therefore, X1 range 0 to infinity. So this is the basic thing. Okay, yes. This is how you can express, but you cannot have any infinite value. That value is very less. Okay, so the maximum range has been written. So now, just below this explanation, I have written another equation. So what is this LHS called as? This LHS is called as likelihood function or conditional probability density function. Why do we need this formula? This formula is needed to calculate the probability of error. So for evaluating the probability, what do you want is the PDF. What do you want? You want the PDF. So therefore, you are supposed to calculate the likelihood or conditional probability density function. Okay, so you need to have the PDF actually. That is the reason you need to have the probability of the error. That is the reason why we need to find out the likelihood function. So how to find out the likelihood function? It is given as follows: fx of x given mk equal to pi into, let me read the formula, pi into n naught power minus n by 2 exponential 1 by n naught j from 1 to n xj minus sj whole square. Just wait. So what does n represents? This n. Okay, what does this n represents? Eradu kade n ide. It represents the number of elements in the vector. What does this n this formula has been given to you. Okay, if it is possible, you try to remember. So what does this n represents? N represents the dimension of this vector. So therefore, in this particular case, what is the dimension of the vector? The dimension of the vector is 1. The dimension of the vector is 1. Okay, so with this knowledge, so this sigma will the sigma won't be there. So therefore, I have not used that sigma. N value will n anta nimage gottide. What does the mean? What do you mean by this n? N represents the dimension of the vector. So therefore, here what is the dimension of the vector? It is 1. So therefore, I have substituted 1 over here. And this summation won't exist because j from 1 to 1, x1 minus sij. Here I have written s21. Do you know why I have written S21? Why I have written S21? Because just observe the two equations, fx of x mk, instead of instead of m2 I have written it as 0, because for the to maintain uniformity with the textbook and the explanation. Okay, so here instead of 0 I could have written m2, but the textbook is following 0. 0 means m2. Therefore here what should I write? What should I write? I should write it as S2. Here it should be written as SKJ. Here it should be written as SKJ or IJ, whatever it may be. Let's not bother. But here what you are supposed to do, S21 whole square. So this is the basic formula. The formula, it has been given in the discussion of conversion of AWGN channel to vector channel. So the same formula has been taken. It's very simple to remember. Fx of x given mk, pi naught to the power of n minus n by 2 exponential. This is the sigma. This is the xj minus sij whole square. All elements in the message vector and the received vector. So xj minus sij. How many elements? Those many terms would be there. Here only one term I have written because you are having only one element. So 1 divided by root of pi n naught exponential power minus 1 by n naught x1 minus s21 whole square. So this is the main equation. Okay, so just read this, fx of x given 0. What does this given 0 means? You should assume that I know that which symbol has been transmitted. Then what is the formula for fx of x? This is the equation. Actually in the textbook they will give this directly, but I have shown from which equation this has been taken. Okay, so with this they are going to calculate the probability of error. How to calculate the probability of error? Just observe PE. What does this 0 represents? This 0 represents means what do you mean by this 0? 0 represents that symbol 0 has been transmitted. You could write only PE also, there is no problem, but this 0 represents that, okay, I am transmitting 0. In that particular case, what is the error probability? That is the meaning. You can write PE only. So it is equal to integration. So how to calculate the probability? Just observe integral of, don't worry about the limits currently, integral of fx of x given 0. You know what is this 0? 0 or m2 into dx1. Why dx1? Also you know this. Okay, into dx1, or you can write it as dx also or dx1 also. That doesn't matter. Because x contains only one element, therefore you can write it as dx or dx1. Nothing happens. So this is how you are supposed to find out the probability of error. So what is the value of the vector x, the received signal vector x? X again you are having only one element, that is x1. What is the value of that x1? Since it falls in the region z1, the value should be from 0 to infinity. Therefore it is written as 0 to infinity. So simplification is very simple. So let us not bother about the simplification. By this time you came to know that why we want to use this PDF function. So it is basically meant for calculating PDF andre probability density function, meant for calculating the probability of error. So since the time is getting over, I'm stopping the screen sharing. Okay, so next let us meet in the next class. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.